Senator Scott, great to see you. I know that a lot of the people in the House didn't have a chance to read the bill until about an hour before they passed it. Have you read enough of it to know whether you're going to vote for it on Monday?
I have not read enough of it to know whether or not I will vote for it. We are in the process of reading through the bill. What I'm looking for is temporary and targeted assistance for those who need it the most. As I look through the bill, what I'm finding are some good points and some points that lead me to more questions. The good points are free testing for COVID-19, number one. Number two, food security is a big issue for those folks who have kids at school with free lunch, or making sure that that's taken care of, providing the resources necessary for the DOD and our veterans to make sure that they are tested. This is really good news. So there are some things in there. The questions I have is what kind of weight or what type of obligations and responsibilities are we putting on small businesses, and are we then going to alleviate those responsibilities? As an example, if someone tests positive, that means that they get 14 days with paid leave under this legislation. I want to make sure that I understand exactly how we are either reimbursing businesses, providing tax credits, or what we're doing. I also want to make sure that the benefits that are going to be provided are short term. What we don't want to see is the bloating of government. That is something we have to be very careful not to let someone, as someone said a long time ago, never waste a crisis. Well, I want to make sure that we effectively respond to this crisis without allowing government to grow.
But it doesn't seem now, at least by the House vote, that ideology is getting in the way. That is, the rancor that has defined so much of politics in America seems to be dissipating a little bit now, just in the past 48 hours. Am I wrong? And I hope I'm right on that. But am I seeing things the right way?
You're spot on. You're spot on. When you see the President of the United States and Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, having the conversation on the same page, coming to very similar conclusions, that's really good news. When you see out of 435 folks, only 40 no votes, that's also good news. I've spoken to some of my colleagues, Republican colleagues, who voted for the bill, and some of my folks in South Carolina who voted against it. I'm going to call them as well so that I can understand and appreciate what they saw in the legislation that I may not have seen yet.
Yeah.
So we're going to do our homework, but it is good news to see that this is an America first, a whole of America response. That is good news for the folks who wonder if the government works at all.
Yeah, well, thank God.
I want to say to my mother, who's probably one of those folks, it works.
Thank God you may actually move that needle. I mean, you guys are not very popular by public opinion, but you may move the needle as you get closer to that point.
We've earned that.
Let me just ask very quickly, because we got to move on, but there's a beautiful city in your state called Camden, and I understand that there is a cluster there. How are the folks in Camden doing?
You know, they're doing really well. Our governor has responded very quickly to that. Camden is a part of Kershaw County. He has closed the schools in Kershaw County. The Medical University of South Carolina has been one of the early adopters of the drive-through testing. They've tested it last week, about 3 days ago. I look forward to having multiple sites for drive-through testing, but the governor's response in Kershaw County has been superb, and that's helped to lower the number of incidents.
Senator Tim Scott, always a pleasure to see you, sir. Our best wishes go out to you, and congratulations on working well with the other side of the aisle as well. That's very much needed now. Appreciate it. We'll see you later.
Thank you.